You know who was on our flight coming back from Florida?
Oh yeah,
Kathy Bates. Sorry.
That would be
Very
amazing.
close. Jason Derulo.
No way.
Jason Derulo.
And guess who didn't get recognized? Jason Derulo. Guess who did get recognized in front of Jason Derulo? Me. And I played it up.
I always feel like he has like interesting facial hair, Jason Derulo. Is it just me, or he has like that Hunger Games style like?
Man, I think he does a little
like riffraff beard.
Yeah.
Yes, like there's some swirls and some zigzags.
Yeah, he and I think he changes it up every here and there.
The guy behind us totally put him on blast as we were walking onto the
Yo,
airplane.
Jay, what's
Yo,
up,
Jay,
man? You had-
Jason. And then he looked up and he was like, what the? Why
He was
are you
just trying to
playing?
relax.
Yeah.
And the kid was like, "You heading back to LA?" Like, obviously.
Oh my god.
Obviously. He's like, "All right, I'll see you when we
And
land."
then he leans over to like dap him up, and I was just like, man, that was painful. Oof. Just like,
This guy was yelling things to begin with because he was directly behind us, and he was yelling at flight attendants way ahead. Just find a spot for that Gucci bag. It's
The
fine
amount
right there.
of
Like,
self-promotion Jason Derulo puts out into the world to remind us that he is Jason Derulo. He is this. He's on TikTok. It's Jason. I think he warrants like people to come up and
He's
ask
very
for
very
photos.
approachable. I would
Yes.
say that Jason Derulo is very approachable. Like I wouldn't be surprised if somebody walked up to him and didn't feel scared to walk up
Yeah,
to him.
Drake, I'd be
For
like,
sure.
I'm not going to bother
Yeah.
him. Jason Derulo, can I get a selfie?
And you know what? Let's do a TikTok while we're at it because I know you'll have time for that.
Yeah, Jason Derulo would be at Playlist Live.
with a booth.
All respect to Jason Derulo, but like he's
for the people.
Yeah. You don't need
And
to
he
like,
would not mind being with other creators in the same meet and greet. You know what I mean? Like he's totally down for it. Hannah Stocking, Jason Derulo.
Yes, he's a collaborator. You don't have to go out and find Jason Derulo. Jason Derulo comes to you.
Exactly.
Stupid.
should we jump into it first?
Yeah, let's jump into
Yeah.
it and then
Let's go, baby. It's Comic-Con, baby. Woo!
Oh, I don't have a table. I just realized.
Welcome back to Zane and Heath Unfiltered, baby. I'm Zane.
I'm Heath.
I'm Matt.
I'm Mariah.
And we are Unfiltered. Thank you for coming to another episode. We are so glad you're here.
I hope everybody had a good Valentine's Day and got some good quality time in.
Good quality time. Oh,
With
with
their
your loved
significant
ones.
other.
Yes, sorry.
We sure did. Oh, we were just talking about the Rihanna's halftime Super
Yeah, how
Bowl.
do we feel about it? Were we satisfied? Were we?
Did she eat?
I think the choreography was one of the best choreography I've ever seen in the halftime show. And I think the cameraman was
Oh yeah.
unbelievable. Whoever that person was, they
it was
they
shot
knew
really
how to
well.
film dancers. They knew how to film for TV. They just
You know
I
they're
thought
having
it was
rehearsals just for
amazing.
those shots because I feel like Rihanna also since she does those Savage Venti shows, I'm sure in her head it was like I need this to look really good too on camera because I have an expectation.
Yeah, they're always so
Yeah.
well done.
Savage Fenty shows. Have you seen that one that she did like a year or two ago?
I didn't watch the whole thing, but I do watch
In the-
like a good
in the parking garage.
the parking garage, and also in that hotel that's downtown in
Yeah.
LA. It is like hypnotic when you
Yeah.
watch that
Yeah,
shit.
It's amazing.
It was insane. I thought it was like CGI. I didn't think it was a real building.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then when I found out it was right in downtown, I was like, how the hell have we none of us have seen it?
Yeah.
This building.
it's
insane.
she's an incredible team. I thought this show was like really, really like effective. Like the dancing, the set, it wasn't too much,
Yeah.
but it wasn't too
I don't think
little.
I don't think it was enough.
It felt
I
really
agree.
short.
Yeah.
When it ended, I was like, oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Because normally the halftime show is really long. You have extras come out. Like that one halftime show where it was Coldplay, then Bruno Mars came out and Beyonce came out. That
Yeah.
was amazing. So I was hoping she
did.
bring somebody
I don't
out.
think she should have done anything more. I think she should have had people hop in.
I was
to
hoping
give
she would
her a
bring out
little.
That's what I'm
ASAP.
saying.
break,
That's
yeah.
what I mean by more. Like
Yeah.
more like people performance songs.
But I guess though, when you have that large of a discography of music,
Yeah.
she can only like she has still had tons of hits she didn't even get around to.
Yeah.
The idea of including someone else to detract from all your best hits.
And then when she went like this,
Yeah, that was weird. They cut that out.
Well, it was the Rock. People were like, "Oh, Illuminati," but it's Rock Nation, right?
Was she doing a triangle? Or was she doing a diamond?
It was a triangle.
But the triangle, this symbol is for Rock Nation, which is like the label she's part of, right? They all do this.
Then let's change the symbol.
No, but
They
it
know
is
what they're
crazy.
doing.
Like you would think that like, hey, maybe because this is such a worldwide, when people look at it like, oh my God, Illuminati, just because of everything,
Yeah.
you would think that somebody was like, hey, do you think that like the world might think it's just like a giant Illuminati symbol?
I mean,
Like,
they
maybe
must
we
have
should
thought something for them to cut it out of the TV.
right? Because they cut it out of it. They cut it out from the worldwide, like where when people
I think
were
they were like,
watching it.
okay, camera 2, cut that. Like large zoom out.
But like the fact that they had to even think to cut that out, like
Do y'all remember the day that Janet Jackson's boob popped out at the Super Bowl?
Yep.
Oh, what a moment in culture.
were you there? Did you see it live?
I was at my friend Eric's Super Bowl party, but I didn't see it because I went into like the.
But is that
to get
something that
chips.
people like caught like live on TV, or
Yes,
there's
so
enough
that
time
was-
where they can cut that out?
That is what they used to basically put a buffer on live television.
yeah.
So like that was considered live. They weren't able to cut it out. After that incident, they go, okay, we need like a 30-second grace period for consired live TV. So
But
they
she's
can.
one that
Yeah.
accident pretty much caused that.
Oh, I would go on E-Bomb's World just like watch it on replay. But it was like,
It was such not an accident.
but wasn't he originally supposed to like tear off the black part, but then all of it came off, which already would be because he goes, I'm gonna have you naked by the end of this song. Boom. And her boob just like plops out.
I could also see Janet Jackson going, you know what? I kind of want to do this. This could be like
It was huge.
The fear in Justin Timberlake's eyes in that moment. Speaking of Justin Timberlake, did y'all see Selfie Kid got arrested?
No.
Hold on, wait, who's
Oh,
Selfie Kid?
I saw
Do you
that.
remember like a couple?
Who is it?
Oh, no,
Who's Selfie Kid?
Selfie Kid was a kid who went viral when Justin Timberlake was performing at that one Super Bowl, and he like took this selfie with Justin Timberlake. Selfie Kid. He was a big meme, and his whole Instagram account.
Yes.
So he was at a California pizza kitchen.
Okay.
And got arrested
He just got arrested now?
like a couple days ago.
For what?
Him and his friends, I think they were drunk and they got into an argument, and he like pushed a table at the California pizza kitchen.
Oh, wow. So his ego got a little big after that whole.
He was pissed he didn't get another Super Bowl pick.
Yeah.
I was
Damn.
listening to the Morning Toast, and I think Claudia was making a joke like, who made the connection? Like, who was like, that's the Selfie Kid? Was it like the police?
I would say probably probably people in his hometown that may have spread the word. Because like, how the hell do you like recognize that face? It's insane. But like, if somebody from our hometown was the Selfie Kid and he got arrested, we'd probably talk about it to everybody.
Yeah.
It'd be a thing that we'd talk about on Twitter, on Instagrams, just something. Look at his face, Justin Timberlake's face. That's funny.
So,
Oh, I thought we got nominated for iHeart Podcast Award because someone tagged us on Twitter, but I looked and we did it.
Oh.
It was really sad. I was like, oh my God, it's happening. It's happening. We're getting to all these, and we didn't.
Oh, that's all right.
Did it. But I did have this set, like I kind of gasped and I was like, not again. No way. But I think
We're not that lucky.
yeah, somebody was tweeting at them,
Oh, 2 nominated.
but it's too late. They've
Like
already
one
done it.
person asked.
don't you think the Grammys needs a podcast category?
No.
Don't they have audiobook?
Yeah.
They have audiobook categories, right?
Viola Davis just EGOT'd with an
But I
audiobook.
think the only people that could win that, I think, are like actors or some people in the industry. Like I don't think a
Like Joe
podcaster-
Rogan would win every year.
Maybe.
Yeah,
but we're also not like a published piece of art. You know what I mean? Like someone has to buy
I
an
think we're art.
audiobook.
Does anybody want to buy us?
If we won a Grammy, people would hate us. The world would be like, who the fuck are these?
Imagine us accepting this award. It wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be good. We'd probably have somebody else accept the award for us because we couldn't be up there.
Damn.
Meryl Streep just like,
What is Meryl Streep doing at the Oh, you're right. I don't know. I'm tripping.
What do you think about these UFOs that keep getting shot down back to back to back to back?
I had that as a topic where everyone's been like freaking out about this potential
Yeah.
alien invasion.
it's the thing is that I have not seen it yet, so like I can't put too much thought into it. Or
You're
too
saying
much.
because they haven't like shown.
Yeah,
the
show the fucking aircraft. I want to see. I want to see the UFO.
They show a spy balloon. They got pictures of that.
Yes.
They got videos of it being shot down, but you can't.
Maybe because it's coming from like another country, like it's a human made thing. It's not like an alien. So they're. I'm just trying to figure out why
Also, we haven't recovered any of the UFOs either.
after they were shot down.
Well, some people have been saying that this is all a diversion tactic
to get you to look here while they're doing something else.
because everyone's been freaking out about the train derailment that happened in.
But they're not talking about that either.
No,
which
but
is
that was
crazy.
before. Was that before or after the train?
Well,
derailment?
now, well, I know, but February, it happened like around like February 6th. But now all these people who live along that river, in
Yeah.
like what this is like Eastern Ohio near the border of Pennsylvania and Ohio, all that toxic, because it was like vinyl chloride is
Yeah.
now going into all
Dude,
the river.
It's not only that.
contaminating
It's not. There was like
everyone's water.
three other chemicals in there. That's
But
like
it was
not good when mixed.
a million pounds, or sorry, no, a million gallons.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
last time this was something, was it this bad? It was like one tank in
Yeah.
like New Jersey, and now this is like 10 cars. So everyone's waters are going to be contaminated.
Yeah.
And then they decided to burn it and blow it up.
Wait,
and
was
have-
that I don't like was that actually like factual? Like
Yes.
them deciding to burn all
Yeah.
that shit thinking just to get it out of the way of
Yeah.
that's insane. If that's true, that's fucking insane.
Weren't there two other trains that also derailed afterwards?
Yes, one in South Carolina and another one. Oh man, I think it was in Texas.
No, that was I think that was a truck that flipped over.
There's two other train derailments, but then another truck full of toxic chemicals too.
Yeah, that one was just a truck. I think that was probably was an
it's-
accident. But those other two derailments, that's insane.
But what do these people do? Can
I
you
know.
imagine that happens in your town and then you can't consume your water, you can't take a shower?
And what do you do?
all
Move?
of the livestock in that area are dying. All of the fish in the waterways are dead on the surface.
Like, but then you want to like move. For me, I think I would get up and out of town, go to my parents' house, and just chill for like a couple months.
What's
But
horrible
you
is
kinda,
They're telling people that it's safe.
Yeah, they're telling people that
you don't
it's
have
safe.
To, they're saying you don't have to evacuate. The air is safe.
Yeah.
Where's Erin Brockovich when we need her?
But we had to wear a mask for 2.5 years, but the air is safe there,
It's insane.
and you don't need to wear anything.
But then part of me, like, I want to be part of the lawsuits because I mean, like,
It's I think it's insane that so many people are talking about it on social media, but none of them have any views. I've been looking into
It's
this a
way
lot.
worse
It's
than we
way
think it
worse than people are making it out to be, especially the people like that's covering it making out to be.
And the
It's insane.
reporter trying to report on it first that got arrested.
Yeah, they arrested him for doing his job.
Weird.
Anybody listening to this podcast are actually from that area and you have any new information or anything that's like crazy, just please let us know. Email us. We're really curious to know what's happening.
Yeah, and also just making people aware because I feel like people still don't even really know about it. And they've showed like a map of all the waterways that have been contaminated from this leak.
Yeah.
And it's spread all through Tennessee. Like it's gotten really
oh, it
it's so
spooked
bad.
me out when I saw that infographic
It's
of where it
terrifying.
spread.
I didn't see the infographic of where
It's
it spread.
crazy.
It's just like a full map just showing where that river and like all the tributaries it pours out into.
Just be careful.
Dude, it's gonna be insane to see what happens in like 5-10 years.
when you can't
after
trust
that.
like, your water.
Yeah.
Or the soil.
Oh, can you?
I was taking a shower, today, right? And like the water was hitting my mouth. I may have like swallowed a little bit. And then I was like, and then it made me think of like what's going on
Yeah.
in Ohio. And I was like, wow, like imagine everybody there just taking a shower and having to worry about your fucking water or it was just easy. How easily like that could affect you.
They're also fearing that it's going to be acid rain as well because they burned it up into the air, and they're saying it's going to be turned into like an acid rain.
And it like
over
sticks
that
to like
whole area.
moisture.
Yeah,
They're comparing it to Chernobyl.
that's what's
That's
bizarre.
insane.
And there's a movie that's coming out.
It came out, yeah.
White Noise, the
It came out
Noah
already.
Baumbach film.
Yes, and it has exactly what happened in Ohio is exactly what happened in that movie.
So
the
weird.
train derailed, the same chemicals, right? They said.
And the pictures in the movie look exactly like the train.
Yeah.
In real
And the
life.
same people that worked as extras on the movie is actually in
that
that
area.
city right now dealing with this. Straight off set.
Wow,
It's insane.
strange.
people that live close to the area, they were showing they were going on the weather app. And what's that section in the weather app?
Oh, the air quality.
The air quality said it was perfect. And they were like,
I don't know, man. Something.
But there has been so much shit happening lately.
what do you
like
think-
it feels like the end of the world.
Dude, I'm terrified.
It's really weird.
What do we think about this whole alien thing, though? Do you think it's actual UFOs?
Again, I have not seen anything.
If
It sounds like a
show me it. I feel like it's still.
and you know what's crazy? I feel like right because there's so much shit that's happened in this world. I feel like we're all so numb to everything. Where if we did see a fucking UFO aircraft, I don't even think it would phase us anymore. We'd just be like, all right, well, if there's an alien, let's just put him in the VMAs next year. He can host the VMA. Like, I feel like nobody would actually freak out over an alien anymore.
Right? I would hear
Let's take it and take advantage of this alien.
Yeah. It becomes the new TikToker. Like,
that's
just
what I'm
like
saying.
biggest
It's
celebrity.
like,
And if it got shot, if they shot them down, right? It's not like they shot them down over Area 51 where no one can. It had to have gotten shot down in a random area.
exactly.
People live everywhere. You know what I mean?
Oh, if it was close to me, I'd be out there just
Like, how does,
wrecking.
how does not one person know about it?
And also, it's got to be big. Like, it's sometimes like, oh, it's these little like ships and pods and stuff. I want it to be like Arrival size. I want it to be like District 9.
Matt, you really want it to be that big?
I want it to
You want to look up.
You like Independence Day when that shit's like covering the whole city? You want that?
That's when like I'll start believing it. But
That's
when
not-
it's these little blips and blops and stuff.
But you see, that's not fun. That's not fun for anybody, right? Because you see it once, you're like, oh, it kills us immediately. I want to see UFOs here and there. It's not like detrimental to the whole world, but maybe to like one little area. It's coming down. It's like, okay, it's scaring this area. But let's explore.
That's when I'll get scared though, is once it's larger than life. If it's like a little
Matt, you'd be running for your fucking life.
Be
if that
careful
shit-
though, they're gonna put holograms up in the air, make you think you're seeing it. And then we've shot down like 3 UFOs now. You mean to tell me if this is like some sort of extraterrestrial thing that has mastered intergalactic space travel and can come to us, it can't outrun an F-22 and we shoot it down? You mean it could go from planet to planet, but we're able to shoot it down?
I think
and it
pretty
can't
wild,
outrun
yeah.
our planes.
And they waited for that spy balloon to get all the way across the country to shoot it down.
How do they know that it's unmanned? How, if they shot it down and blew it up, how are they going to go, oh, it was unmanned?
Well, I don't know. If it's a manned vehicle, don't they have to get on air traffic control and talk to people?
If
and
it's
stuff?
a UFO.
Yeah, if it's an alien run.
Yes, but then you
craft-
have to use like jet propulsion. Like there's all this like stuff like to get a man up in it.
Well, I want to move on from this to something really, really gross.
Before we continue, we want to give a big thank you to our sponsor of this podcast, Rocket Money.
The average person has around 12 paid subscriptions. Think about that. If you think you're only subscribed to a handful of services, you might want to double check. With Rocket Money, you can quickly identify and cancel all of your unwanted subscriptions.
Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill, is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place.
Over 80% of people have subscriptions they forgot about, like that streaming service you bought to watch just one show on, or that free trial that you never even used.
And Rocket Money will quickly and easily identify your subscriptions for you, so you could stop paying for the ones you don't want.
Simply find the subscription you don't want and press cancel, and Rocket Money will cancel it for you. No more long hold times with customer service or tedious emailing back and forth. Rocket Money makes canceling super easy.
And over 3 million people have used Rocket Money, saving an average person up to $720 a year.
I think I've talked about this already, but I remember I was subscribed to this app where I could watch like all these shows from different like influencers and podcasts and whatnot. And they canceled this app.
Yeah.
And I was still subscribed. I wasn't able to cancel it because they deleted the app. So I couldn't go in and cancel it. There was nothing I could do.
Unbelievable.
I couldn't call the credit card company. They couldn't cancel anything. But Rocket Money comes in, saves the day, and cancels it.
So don't be like Zane and stop throwing your money away. Cancel unwanted subscriptions and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/unfiltered.
Exactly. That's rocketmoney.com/unfiltered.
One more time, just so you can remember it. It's rocketmoney.com/unfiltered.
Thank you, Rocket Money, for sponsoring today's episode. We love you.
And thanks for saving us and everybody listening money.
Did you guys see on TikTok where it was this girl talking about how she ended up with this like fungal disease, right? After a night out and after like hooking up with a dude.
Oh no.
And she went to a doctor and was like, what is this like fungal thing? They tested it and then they found a disease that's only found in like dead bodies.
Oh,
right?
no.
So immediately when they found this out, the authorities reached out to the lady that had this fungal disease and they were like, who were you in contact with? Like, we need to know right now. And she gave him the name who she was like hooked up with. And they found out that he is like a murderer. Who's like, eats, like, dead yeah. So I started like looking into this and there's like been multiple cases where girls will hook up with a dude and they'll end up with this fungal that's only in dead bodies, right?
He's eating dead bodies or he's
yeah,
like
but also it's not surprising because this shit happens. Like people do this shit. But it's
gosh.
sickening that this is like happening like the fact that we're seeing this on it happens to people.
What a
and
crazy.
it's insane.
How
And
good?
she solved the case now.
Yeah.
How good looking was he?
So wait.
I didn't know. I didn't know. That, like,
Is this something that's curable? Like, is she getting help for it? Like, is it something that?
I didn't look that far into it, but there's been multiple cases where, and it's like, it's real. Like
It's on her mouth.
It was on her mouth, correct? Yeah.
Because she kissed him. Thank God it was just on her mouth and not anywhere else.
It was a hookup. So I don't know what that means. There's multiple ways of hooking up.
What a crazy way. I mean, that's so awesome that they caught him because of that, but that's awful that she had to get that.
And did you guys hear about, do you know that girl, Brianna Chicken Fry? She's in that podcast. I just saw another TikTok came up on my feed and she was talking about how literally just like the plot in the Dahmer show, she like moved into this apartment, right? And it smelled like rotten animals, like in the hallway. And she like after she moved in, she would hear these strange noises that like pipes being hammered in the middle of the night, drills, just like the show. And she would smell this like rotten dead animals. And then her toilet wouldn't work. Like she'd flush the toilet and it would like back up. And her apartment complex landlord wouldn't know why this is happening. They never had these problems before. And I mean that's the latest that we like. This is all that she's told us from this, but like it's crazy that. This could be happening, especially because like, people watch this show and in their head, they're like, oh, I could possibly get away with this.
Yeah.
And
wow.
But it's gross that it's like, this is real. Like people do have these, and there's people out there that's never committed a crime, but they do have these like fantasies and they have these thoughts, but they'll never act on it. But like they do have these disgusting thoughts in their head of wanting to do this to somebody.
Being in that lab, taking that like fungus sample and being like,
oh no.
Wait.
And at first they thought it was this girl that like probably was eating people, and they're like, okay, if this girl like is like freaking out and has no idea, has to be someone that she hooked up with.
Whoa.
Oh, by the way, also she was also saying, the same girl was saying how this guy would constantly try to invite her over, and she would always tell him no. Then one night he got close to inviting her over, and her friends are like, no, don't go in with this guy, you don't know him. And I think it was a make out. Because I like started it wherever they were, and she never went home with them. Oh, sorry, I missed that.
Oh, right,
piece of info in that video. But yeah,
that's so weird.
I hope there's gonna be like more updates on. But she's making TikToks. Is the news covering this story at all?
I kind of feel like that let a secret out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I almost feel like now people that are doing that are aware.
Right.
I kind of wish it was kept a secret, and this was like their one way of tracking those type of people.
You're saying like, oh, they're gonna
like the fact that like I feel like people shouldn't know that your fingerprints can be tracked. I feel like them saying like
that's always
because then everybody's gonna be covering up their fingertips and like putting gloves on. But if we didn't come out and expose the fact that yes, we can take fingerprints and match it to you. I feel like we would have solved so many more cases, but now that it's common knowledge,
exactly.
Yeah,
I feel like it
and shit like that you can never hide, because when you are found guilty, the lawyer and him have to know, okay, why are you saying I'm guilty? Like it's something that you have to say in court. Like, just like we were saying how like we wish some things could be hidden. I agree. I wish some things could be, but when you're in that situation and you're being put in jail and you're like, why? Like, what have you found? And they're like, it's a secret.
That's true. I guess then there would be no.
If somebody like that saw that TikTok in their head, they're like, oh, I can't really hook up with anybody unless I know I'm doing something.
I probably shouldn't kiss anybody.
I probably shouldn't kiss anybody. Yeah. And of course, these guys they're on cannibalism TikTok. 100%.
Oh, so you know what's really weird when people get caught for, murdering their wife or like whatever it is. And then they go through and confront them about their search history. I think that is the most interesting thing to watch. They're like, so right here, an hour after you murdered her.
And it's always like you're an idiot. It's like, you
Googled right here how to get rid of dispose of a body, how to get a body to dissolve in acid. And they're like going through all their searches, like, and they're just like,
it's pretty wild that like they didn't think that's all.
Just the fact that they're Googling that.
And they're trying to play dumb. Like they're sitting there going, that's weird. I didn't Google that.
And they thought incognito mode would work too.
Or there's surveillance of them at Walmart and they have like, what is it, chloroform or whatever?
Yeah,
Can you buy that?
all sorts of ingredients for killing somebody and burying somebody.
Wild.
Did you guys know this? I don't know if this is like nationwide with all 911 dispatch calls. But this has come into light because of, the Murdaugh family, the Murdaugh murders and stuff. When you call 911, it starts recording you like while it's ringing before the person picks up. So
that's
Alex
good.
Murdaugh, the dad, I think his name is Alex Murdaugh, Mr. Murdaugh, whatever. Because you know how like I don't know, apparently he like staged or he hired some people to like kill his wife and son. And he like calls, he's like, my wife and my son have been shot and everything.
They
play the beginning of before it calls, and he's just like not saying anything, and then suddenly he jumps into panic.
Oh wow!
So like you should have like a normal person would be having like a sense of panic.
Yes,
while it's
murderers.
ringing,
So if you're listening to this,
pick up. Like I don't know. It makes you kind of realize if you're ever called 911, you need to be like talking.
Yeah.
You don't want to be like perceived as like a cold-blooded person just being like.
okay, you see, now that should be a secret.
that
Should be a secret. Like
that's
nobody
so crazy.
needs to know about. Even before you die, like as you're dialing it, there should be this like this system where it just starts recording. The
It's
minute
kinda,
you,
it's kind of like FaceTime because sometimes I'll call you on FaceTime and
Yeah.
I'll hear you before you pick up.
yeah,
You can hear like before a pickup.
Is that true?
Yes, like there's
100. That's happened 100%.
I feel like I hear like it sounds like I can hear the person, but
You
I'm
could
really,
hear like the 2 seconds before you answer before you answer
Yeah.
the phone call. Yeah,
you you better be prepared, baby.
Dude, that's like at all times I
This
feel like
fucking bitch
somebody
won't stop calling.
I think
Hey.
at all times somebody somebody really wanted to, they can see you at all times through your webcam on your phone. Because like the fact that you can do that is like insane.
I don't. Ugh.
Yeah, it's really weird. You know what else is creepy?
What?
You ever seen the video of somebody holding their iPhone up to a spider and they tap the spider for the focus, and every time they tap the screen, the spider jumps?
Yes. It's because of like the frequency that's being like emitted out of the camera. Oh, because it's like a light, basically. It's a meter.
It's like some sort of like infrared.
That spiders can like
And
you
the-
see, yeah.
spiders have like 8 eyes, and so they're like super
It's just
sensitive
really
to it.
cool. But yeah, the spider jumps every time you like focus on it.
That's it.
It's yeah. Or then isn't there also one like at night if you go outside and shine your flashlight or look out into like grass,
Oh, you can see all the
their
eyes.
their eyeballs,
Oh,
all the
yeah.
spiders out there. Hell
And
no.
you're running out there like barefoot all the time. Fuck.
Out like in the Everglades, you like shine the light, you see all the alligator eyes and all sorts of frog eyes and stuff.
Yeah.
Stayed in a haunted hotel last night.
Any
Oh, how was your Valentine's?
discoveries?
Oh, it was really, really nice. So yeah, we stayed at the Coronado Hotel, which is like a little island off of San Diego. Historic, this place, this hotel. And it's because it was like built like I think in the 1800s.
Whoa.
It's where they shot like Some Like It Hot. The guy who wrote The Wizard of Oz wrote it there. And it's wild when you're like pulling up on it. You're like, you could tell this place has just stood the test of time. Like,
That's cool.
It's probably the same way you guys felt when you saw The Shining Hotel. Like,
Yeah.
you could just see all the nooks and crannies of it. Like,
Yeah.
it was interesting. Well, it was
Where was it? Sorry. Where was it again?
Coronado Island off of San Diego.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And it was funny because like we thought it was going to be like gorgeous and sunny and we were going to hang out by the pool and read all day. It was the gloomiest, coldest
It was
day
really
ever.
gloomy yesterday here too.
Yeah, but we kind of liked it that there was like a little like gloomy
it's the same here.
atmosphere there.
Makes you feel like you want to stay inside, which is like kind of good, I guess, if you're like inside.
Yeah,
wanna do
we
shit.
we
Yeah.
kind of liked the vibe. We were like, this would have been cool if it was gorgeous, but it suited the mood of the hotel, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. But the hotel was super nice and big and just had an energy to it that like a lot of
Scary energy?
Like, there's a frequency that certain spaces hold where you could feel that this place has had millions of people come through it over all the years.
Yeah.
Like there's rooms where like President Nixon had meetings with like Mexico and stuff
Yeah.
and all of just tons of celebrities and
See, usually
history.
for me, I can smell it. I can smell when there's
Smell
been
the past.
millions
it was
of people.
still very
here.
like new, but like we would be walking and Patricia was like, is this like floor like tilted? I'm like, it is. Like there would be these, I don't know,
Babe, they don't
slants.
keep up with these buildings.
We
Let
get there, we get our hotel room keys, we go all the way up to our hotel room, and the door, it's not opening. And
Oh,
we're
I
like,
hate when that shit happens.
and then you're like, that is the worst. When
I
you
know.
go all the way up to that room and you're like, and you think
And
it's
you get
your
that red
fault.
light.
You're like, did I put it near my phone? Did I demagnetize it? Luckily, a guy was like, hopefully he was real. Now I'm like thinking something's wrong. There was a guy going, is something wrong? And we're like,
It's like the janitor from Bruce Almighty.
They check the cameras. It's you and just you and Patricia going.
right? It's just
nothing.
Nothing. The hotel key's floating. He touches our hotel key. He puts it up and he goes, that's strange. And I'm like, what? He goes, somebody's in this room right now. He goes, it's
No.
double locked. He goes, they're normally, he goes, if it blinks yellow, that means a person on the inside has locked it. So he goes,
Oh, I did not know that.
well, I think it's just
Oh, is it just for that hotel?
probably.
Okay.
He works there. He
Okay.
like knows what that means.
Interesting.
And he goes, someone's in your room. And we're looking at it, we're like 3, 4, 3, 3. We're like, this is exactly what's written. And we're like, we go down, we tell the guy, we're like, hey, someone is in our room, apparently. And he was like, oh my gosh. Yes. I'm sorry, I wrote that down wrong. I'm very, very sorry. We're like, okay, it's all good. He gives us a whole thing of champagne for free. We're like,
Nice.
awesome. That was just spooky.
So
There's actually champagne in the room already for every guest for Valentine's Day. He just thought he was.
So we're like, oh, that's a little weird. And then
were
we go
you
to-
thinking like it was
Well,
like
I was just
like a
very
ghost or
curious.
something?
Well, I was like, thank gosh we didn't like just walk into that room. Thank God that person had it double locked.
Yeah.
Because I had that one incident that happened in Miami where I fully went into someone's. Remember that time? Have I said this?
I think so. Yeah.
Was
yeah.
at Art Basel, got keys to my room.
But nobody was in there.
Eric was like, hey, I'm staying in this room. Go ask your names on the thing. I get the ticket. I go up to the room. I sit my stuff down. I see some stuff, his luggage, and I'm sitting there in the bathroom and I'm like taking a poop because I just got back from the airport. And I'm looking and I see hair curlers, like an iron, straightening iron.
Oh my god!
And I'm like, we're supposed to be sharing this room and a girl's staying here with us? And I text him, I go, what girl's staying with us? And he goes, there's no girl. And I'm like, is this not the bedroom? He goes, that's not ours. Get out. And I was like,
Matt, you know what's so crazy? If I was you in that moment, I would have never questioned it. I'd have been like, oh, okay, the girls got ready here probably. Like with, like I would have never put two and two
Yeah,
together.
well,
and
because we
text
were
them.
splitting a bed. I think that was the thing. And I go, but if there's a guy, him and me and a girl, all of us splitting, I go, there's no way.
But like me, I'd have been like, oh, a girl is getting ready in here. You know, she probably just landed from the airport and she just needs somewhere to get ready.
Can you imagine if I was just taking a shit on that toilet and that couple walked in and was like, excuse me?
But imagine, like,
But you would have scared the shit out of them though. Like
literally.
Oh, yeah.
imagine walking in. You just got back from a long day. You walk in and someone is just.
Get the fuck out, man. Like, and you know, it's Miami. People are going crazy
Oh, yeah.
out there.
Oh, my God.
And I remember, but can you imagine? So, but then I went down, they gave me a new key. I don't think they ever told those people. Can you imagine they came back and were like, we've been gone for 5 hours. Who took a shit? Did you take a shit? That had to have gone down.
They probably thought it was like the cleaning lady or something that just took a quick-
Unbelievable. And I remember going back. That was the one time I've ever been mad at like hotel service. Like, unbelievable. You sent me to a wrong room?
You just got to think of White Lotus, man. As soon as you know somebody's in your room, that's danger.
You could have been shot.
Oh, yeah.
Before we continue, we want to give a big thank you to our next sponsor of this podcast, BetterHelp.
When you're at your best, you can do great things, but sometimes life gets you bogged down and you may feel overwhelmed or like you're not showing up in the way that you want to.
Working with a therapist can help you get closer to the best version of you.
Because when you feel empowered, you're more prepared to take on everything life throws at you.
So if you're thinking about giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, flexible, affordable, and entirely online.
It's super simple. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge.
And again, it's all from the comfort of your own home. You could do it all online. You could do video calls, voice calls, text messages, whatever you prefer. You don't got to wait in any lines. You don't got to drive anywhere and spend gas money. It's just so convenient.
And it's really nice to just talk to somebody that's completely unbiased, someone that's not your best friend or your parents or your girlfriend, boyfriend. It's nice to just talk to somebody that doesn't know who you are, you know?
And they're there to just give you the best advice possible.
Exactly. So if you want to live a more empowered life, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/Zane and Heath today to get 10% off your first month.
Again, that's betterhelp.com/Zane and Heath.
Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring today's episode. We love you.
Anyways, so luckily that didn't really happen to us at this hotel, but we got a free bottle of champagne. We get assigned to our room. There was like, because it was so old, I was like, do you feel like this hotel is like breathing or moving? Because the wind was like insane. I felt like that the hotel was like a living organism.
Were you on drugs?
Were you on shrooms?
No, but it kind of felt like it. I go, I feel the rooms expanding and contracting. Patricia was like, I'm not feeling that. But I was like, I don't think you're on my level, babe. and then in the middle of the night, we go out and about. We have a nice time at the hotel and go out to dinner and stuff. And then in the middle of the night, Patricia like had gotten up to like drink water. And then I was like, I opened my eyes and like, I can only see the silhouette of her head and she's just not moving. And I go, dude, I like woke up and I'm like, babe. She's like, what? And I'm like, is everything okay? She's like, yeah, I'm fine. And I'm like, okay, she just wasn't moving. Her whole silhouette, that spooked me. And then I go use the bathroom in the middle of the night. But when like we're a guy, sometimes I don't even want to like stand and pee while like someone's sleeping. Cause like I do the whole sit and pee. Yeah. Like I try to pee I can even turn off. I don't even pee with the light on.
Yeah.
You just go and like you sit quietly.
Just be as quiet as possible.
A gentleman piss.
This.
Yeah. Just which always just feels weird. Like
you have to, so you're not, because it's loud when you stand up.
yeah.
You're being respectful.
So I was doing that, but I kept it so quiet from Patricia that I was using the bathroom, and I came back in, and she was like, "Oh my god!" She was like, "I thought you were next to me, and I thought you were someone else in the room." That was pretty fucking freaky.
So you just like pretty much freaked yourself out.
Yes,
Yeah.
we had.
I felt that way at the Stanley Hotel. I think we were thinking, or like the Queen Mary.
Yeah.
We were thinking every little thing was. We were like, oh, that's something. That has to be something.
Once you get into that mindset that you're gonna get spooked, you start like
Yeah.
finding things that make you spooked.
No, definitely. I mean, hell, if something severe happened, I would have walked right in and be like.
Were there any stories? Did you ask the staff members if there's any like spooky stories?
There was like a tour going on, and I started like walking up to the tour, and the woman like looked at me, and goes, "Hi, can I help you?" And I'm like, "I'm just listening." She goes, "Well, this is a tour," and I was like, "Okay." And I'm like, if I'm paying for a room at this hotel, I want to be part of the tour. But it was like people,
I don't think Matt understands how these work.
well, I think it was people who weren't staying at the hotel or who were on a tour to come visit it.
No,
Yeah,
if it's like an old or like haunted hotel, you have to like, it's just like
They
a side thing.
charged for the Stanley tour.
Oh yeah. But we just went up to the staff and we were like, "What's the spookiest thing you experienced here?" And they all had a little story.
Oh, we should have done that.
Not a bad idea.
Next time.
That's it. That's what I was just.
Damn.
That's good. That's
I
good.
wanted some ghost stuff.
Oh, what?
You strengthen your guys' relationship before the wedding.
I'm not gonna lie to the people.
Give the people what they want.
Well, I didn't do anything, so I don't have
You
anything.
didn't have a
No
little
speed.
secret Valentine?
Yeah, no speed dating either. Remember I said I was gonna do that.
Yeah, you didn't do it.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it. I was
Who
really
are you
tired.
gonna go with?
To the speed dating?
Yeah.
I'll probably go by myself.
I thought you were gonna go with a friend who was already planning on going.
No, did I say somebody else was going?
I don't
Didn't I have
think
that
so.
memory? I thought you were like, oh, me and Reggie.
No, but I was also saying that knowing, like, it was like an empty promise. I feel like when I was like talking about
It was a
that.
fun idea.
It was a fun idea that I
It's
knew I
fun
was
to
not gonna execute.
They'd
think
be
about the
Snapchatting his dates. Like, what do y'all think?
Hey, you wouldn't mind that.
Putting them on a poll.
Well, who's watching? Oh, nobody. It's just friends and family. Yeah, no, I didn't do anything. Me and Danielle watched You.
Excuse me.
You on Netflix. You.
Oh,
the new season that just came
with
out.
Penn Badgley, what's his name?
I think I know a reason why they released it a little before Valentine's Day, so it gives people on Valentine's Day that are single something to watch. You know, that's how I felt about it.
Right.
When we're watching, like, oh, they did this on purpose. Well, what'd you guys do? I didn't have anything exciting.
she made me this cute little breakfast, and then we made an antipasto board, and then we went to this restaurant called Castaway. Really,
Castaway.
Wilson.
really
Where's
pretty.
it?
Little hidden gem
Yeah,
Where is it?
in
It's,
Burbank,
It's in Burbank.
Oh.
in the
hill.
mountain.
We accidentally stumbled across it like a few years ago. We were just like driving around, and we like ended up driving to the top of the mountain, and there was a restaurant up at the top, and we're like, oh my god, this is stunning.
A Burbank.
Yeah, you know where DeBell Golf Course is?
No. Like the edge of Burbank for me is like that, like where the Walmart is.
Yeah, so if you go up into the hills,
Okay.
so like there's like the Burbank
Is
Hill.
that where the bee
Do you know
is?
where Nickelodeon is?
Kind of, yeah.
Yes.
If you're on the street where Nickelodeon is, and you just go all the way straight, you're in a neighborhood and you go up the hill.
Okay.
This was a long
show
time
me a
ago.
picture?
We wanted to. I was trying to get like a picture of my truck just on top of the hill. So I was like, this road goes up the hill. Let's just drive up as far as we could go.
Right.
And then we just came across it. So we're like, oh man. And I was like, I always wanted to take her there. So I got a little reservation, and then we went there.
It was
but it
so
overlooks the entire
nice.
valley. It's really
I
pretty.
think I've read
that's
about
nice.
I've read about this, or I've seen it on TikTok.
super cute.
Service was amazing. They
Oh
had-
my
good?
god, the drinks.
Food was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Good. Wow, that looks beautiful.
That's nice to see. On
Kind of looks like Nobu.
yeah.
It's a vibe, and they got like the whole glass thing, so you could sit there and.
They had like trendy, popular music playing.
Oh yeah.
And then there was a violinist playing along to it, like a live violinist. It was really cool.
It's funny because we were like, I've never heard this remix before, and then as we were leaving, we saw somebody playing with it. I was like, oh my god, that makes sense.
No DJ, just straight.
It
Good.
was really nice. You
That's
guys should
beautiful.
check it out.
Yeah. Oh, did you guys notice that everybody all of a sudden had a boyfriend and girlfriend, or was that me?
What do you mean?
Everybody on my feed, people that never showed their boyfriend or girlfriends off ever, and all of a sudden,
Oh,
boom!
everybody did a
they
hard
did their
launch?
hard
Yeah.
launch on Valentine's Day. That,
Interesting.
Somebody-
but so
post-
many people did that. I
Who?
know,
Like who?
Charlie Jordan.
Oh yeah.
Who knew she had a boyfriend? All of a sudden, boom! Was posting multiple pictures from like different times. I was like, no idea.
Never knew.
Never knew she had a boyfriend. There was a couple of people. I think that was
These are
like
all
only
the
top
these are all the people
influencer.
Zane has had crushes on. It's like Charlie Jordan.
Everybody doesn't notice.
Didn't know that. Would have liked to know.
Ruined my day.
Did anyone do we think we are breaking up?
I feel like that's the worst thing.
What?
Just getting broken up on Valentine's Day.
Getting people get broken up with on Valentine's
Yeah.
Day?
I'm sure.
Remember your ex asked for your laptop back on Valentine's.
Piss me off. And then I ignored her, and then she tried messaging you, and you were like, really? And on Valentine's Day.
I think I cussed her out.
You were like-
I was like, you know what you're doing. Get the fuck out of here.
You were like, leave him alone. leave him alone. You've done enough damage here.
who asked for their laptop back on Valentine's Day? You're insane.
Like,
I would never do
ask
that.
me the next day. Crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
I love about
timing.
that sometimes. It's really funny.
I have this like funny story, small story. Speaking of like restaurants, Patricia and I, when we were in Palm Springs, we went to this like cute, like hole in the wall diner, like this great little breakfast, simple diner spot. And so this is not, I think it's just funny. So we're there and we're eating. All of a sudden, like all the waiting staff goes in the kitchen and they're like all like huddled around. And I'm like, what's going on? And they're all watching the TV. They're watching the morning news. And we're like, is something happening? And then all of a sudden they go, woo! They all start screaming. On the news, they're doing a segment on the diner we're at in that moment about server like of the year, server of the month.
Okay.
And they're like documenting like, oh, this is Pam. She's the best server at
Wait,
this
this
diner.
is for the diner that they're playing on their TV.
It was like, oh my, it was just cool. Like Patricia and I, we are in the middle
At
of
the perfect
of this
time.
diner.
Who was
It-
your server?
well, well, the thing is that we were like, oh, who is she? She goes, she took the day off, but this is just cool. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, they're all watching it. And we're kind of like paying attention to it. And it's just a big montage how she's like, it's all these cutaway scenes of her talking with like the patrons and everything, and how she's just the best server. Okay. And we're like, oh, that's so awesome. Well, like, bummer she's not here. But that's cool that one of the best servers in Palm Springs area works at this diner.
okay.
The segment ends, and then all of a sudden, there was this one lady who's like a server there who starts walking around. When how are you guys doing? Like,
Oh, like,
she was jealous that this other server got this big
She
spotlight.
was like overdoing.
yeah. She's like, let me get that for you guys. You guys doing good? You visiting?
She's like hand feeding.
You know, there was a lot of shit talking
You know,
right after that.
she
aired.
saw that she was sitting in the kitchen watching everyone. Like, she deserves this. We all love Pam, and she was like, well, maybe I need to step up my game. Show the other customer. Just like, here, let me get that. She's like, where you guys from? Tell your friends to come visit us, okay? Like, it was just like
one leg on the seat.
it was like if that other waitress wasn't getting the spotlight, this chick would have never like been pushing it. Like,
Hey, but you know what? It motivates the other staff to work a little harder. I can see how this could like be a.
I just saw exactly what was happening. She was so sweet, this one lady, but I could tell she was hamming it up because she was jealous the other
It
waitress.
sucks like being the best and like people hate you for it. You know what I mean? Like working hard and being rewarded for it, and everyone's like, she doesn't deserve it.
And then everybody feels like they need to step it up because it's kind of a cool thing, though.
Yeah.
Like them seeing you do really well, it makes everybody want to do better.
Yeah. I can see how that works. Every restaurant should do that. It puts, little lights of fire.
Well,
in
that's why they had Employee of the Month. It got, morale boosted and people wanted to.
Do you don't get a bonus when you get Employee of the Month, do you? Is it just like a gold star on like the?
I feel like it depends on the
Yeah,
workplace.
it depends.
I bet there are some incentives.
Yeah.
that you get.
Do they even do it now, or is everybody a winner?
Well, I feel like it's always like at big places, like a Sam's Club.
Right.
But Sam's Club, that's a family. They
Costco.
I can
Yeah,
but
I can see them actually being excited for each
Yeah.
other.
But they do more stuff along the lines of like district manager award type thing where they had the most sales for the quarter or something like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, for that specific location.
Right. I don't think it's based on
Like the people in the same.
yeah.
Do you guys like it when you go in places and they go, welcome in?
Welcome to Moe's. I love that.
Or they go,
yeah,
welcome in. Like, just say welcome.
Wait, are you talking about them welcoming people or just the way they say
just
it?
the
they're
words
like-
welcome in.
Welcome in.
I don't know. Whatever they're feeling that. Do they have to say welcome in?
For Panda Express, we had to say hi, welcome.
Why?
Hi, welcome.
That's a double like hi welcome. Like you don't even
Hi,
say
welcome.
both.
Yeah, it's a little redundant.
Okay.
Hi, welcome.
Hi,
Or they're like,
welcome.
maybe
That's a
they say,
good
it's not
reason.
next customer, but they'll like following member. Like they'll like.
Oh yeah, there's their little things.
I went to Walmart yesterday. I don't remember them ever doing this, but did they always check every receipt before leaving
Yeah.
like they do at Sam's Club?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it
do.
also depends. It also depends on how many items like you're carrying.
I had two and they still had to check. I had
Yeah.
to go back and grab my receipt because I didn't.
well-
I said I don't need the receipt, thank you. And the guy like kind of like looked like he wanted to give it to me, but I was like, oh no, I'm good. And I walked out and I had two items, and she said I need to grab the receipt. So, but yeah, I don't ever remember Walmart doing that.
But that's another stupid thing. They literally don't look at anything. They just
They highlight it.
I think they count. All they do is count. I don't think they're looking.
they're
at
quick.
The actual item.
I've
Yeah.
gone out with like groceries and they just go like this.
I think it just prevents people from stealing when they see someone
Yes.
is checking.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
definitely.
Just somebody at the door.
Yeah.
Do they still do Walmart greeters?
like with the
they didn't
yellow
do it that
stickers.
It's like the old lady that just stands out there and
Probably.
It kind of looked.
Not
It
at all
also kind
locations.
of looked like an amusement park when I went in. They had like the gate opening. Like there's like certain sections now where it feels like you're in a fun house, but I feel like it's more guarded everywhere. Like you had to walk through this certain like little section to get into the store, and it was like automated and it closed behind you.
oh, I know which one you're talking about.
The
Going
one in
over towards
Burbank.
going towards the groceries.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that little gate arm that opens.
Yeah.
I think that's the count, how many people come in, come out. Because
Oh.
they don't want people staying overnight, 24-hour challenges.
Oh yeah,
Gosh.
They really ruined that.
kids who are doing the 24-hour challenges where they'll make like a fort in.
In the toilet paper, bundled up. That's pretty creepy when you think about it, though.
Like staying overnight.
Just the fact that somebody could be in your place of business, just sitting there and do whatever they want.
There was a woman who lived inside of a Walmart, I think, for like a year.
There was a woman that lives inside of a shoe.
Oh yeah, she had so many children she didn't know what to do. I think there was a movie about that too, about that woman who lived inside of a Walmart. My mom told me that as a kid, and I was like,
Or the person that lived in that person's attic.
hell no.
That's insane.
I still think someone's like, do you ever?
Well, remember the attic in what house was it where we had an attic and we never wanted to check up there?
Oh, you're the Lori house?
Maybe the Lori house.
Yeah.
I would just hear shit every night, but I was way too scared to check the attic.
We hear. I feel like there's a German Shepherd in our attic. They're
Oh, a whole German Shepherd.
running back and forth, just
Yeah,
like
there's something
loud,
big.
loud.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a raccoon or something. They get
No,
up
it's
there.
Raccoon?
A raccoon.
Where are you from?
I'm sorry, raccoon.
Raccoon. Like, okay,
Raccoon.
fancy Zane.
Come on, I'm foreign.
It's a raccoon
foreign.
drinking
Foreign.
milk.
Raccoon drinking milk, laying his head on a pillow.
eating hummus.
Came down and drove his Mustang.
Mustang. And my birthday's in November.
November.
Birthday's in
How do
November.
you say Nutella?
Nutella.
Nutella.
I like Nutella. That sounds good.
As
Yeah.
opposed to old Tella.
Nutella?
I thought it was Nutella because it's made from nuts.
Nutella.
Not tell you what. Wait, I know
Nutella friend, Nutella friend. She's
Do you-
back.
Do you think the months are weird?
January, February, Jason Derulo at the end.
Like October, what month should that be?
Thursday.
Like a number, what should it be? October.
Oh, eight.
Yeah,
Right.
8th month.
November should be 9. December, decimal, like a
10.
decimeter
It should
should
be
be
the 10. Oh, wow.
It's weird. Something happened a long time ago that's
interesting.
wrong.
Isn't it are we on the Gregorian calendar? Isn't that what it is?
It just does not make sense.
Have you seen the one
How do
where was the numbers? Line, curve, curve. The guy that put the numbers 1 through 9.
Oh, how the last one should be switched.
Yeah, 8 and 9 should be switched.
Yeah, I
That was really
don't know why
interesting.
the months bother me.
So
When
like,
you think-
number 1, straight line. 2, curve line. 3, curve. 4, line. 5, curve line. 6, curve.
Yes, this makes sense.
7, line. 8, curve. 9, curve line.
Wow.
It should just be flipped.
How the fuck do you like notice that? It's insane.
Some people are just like things like that just bother
just a
some.
mathematician.
How do you see, when you think of the months, how do you see it in your head?
Circle.
Circle.
I know.
Wait. What do you mean?
Like, there's different ways that people, like, if you're thinking January, February, March, April, are you thinking it January, February, March, April, January, February, March, April? He sees January, February, March, April.
I
see it like a
see in a
clock?
line because of my phone, calendar on my phone. So I see it in a row.
In elementary school, our teacher had this big circle, and each one of them had this little like rectangle that was like January, and it was like
Snowflakes.
snowflakes or something.
Oh,
February,
okay.
the love
Yeah.
month. March, the sun's rising. The beginning.
That's
April.
funny that sat with you, and now
But
you
that's how we learned it. We were like January, February, March, and I never get that out of my mind.
Really? So like when someone's like, "Hey, can you come do this for me?" In the middle of March, you see
I
the.
see the circle, and it's over here.
Wow.
That's wild.
Yeah. It's never or like
Interesting.
Yeah. It's wild, but yeah, that's how I view a whole year is in a circle, not like on a line. Do you view it as a calendar?
I view it as a grid, like a calendar that you'd hang up, like, but like see it in a row. So I'm like going down, like, oh, March. I'm gonna go like this because it's on like you calendar on your phone. Oh. But before how I saw it, I couldn't tell you.
I always just see it as a
I don't think I see anything.
a piece of cardboard with dogs on it. So all we had growing up was Shelties, just a calendar, and it was just a different Sheltie every single month, every year.
Well, okay, so I
that's
would
all I
say
think. I think
I would
of just
say
dogs.
that's
He sees
Yeah.
flipping through a calendar.
Yeah.
I think that's how I would. I don't know. When I just think I can't picture it all in a row. I see January and it's just January,
Yeah.
February. Like that's the only thing in my head.
Just like each one
Do you
individually.
feel like the days are like kind of too short?
Yeah.
very short.
And it's always so strange that like people build companies like over the course of these days. Like sometimes I'm like, how? Like there ain't enough time in the day to do some of the. And I'm amazed how people manage to do big things within the days they were given. That sounds so stupid, but like
No, it's true. No,
I'm
feel
baffled
like-
by like how did someone else like go about their day doing that
and
thing?
then people will say that like, oh, it's just because you're getting older. Like you're just getting old. But like older people agree that being in the 30s the days never felt so short like this.
Oh wow.
Some people are just really good at doing multiple things a day. I saw a video of a girl that didn't make me feel alone because sometimes I have these days where I'll have one thing. Say it's like it's something so small. Say it was like I have a doctor's appointment at 4:00. Somebody was like, well, it's at 4:00. Why can't you do this? And she was like, it's just this thing that I do. Like if they have one thing to do that day,
That's
they
the
can
day.
only do that one thing because they get overwhelmed or something like that.
Okay.
I've had days like that.
That's a bad habit I have is that I prefer to do things later in the day, and then I feel like
Yeah.
it fucks up my day because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make that appointment for 2:30.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, got to squeeze in lunch, maybe a little workout. Oh, now I'm here at the 2:30 thing, and then it's
Yeah.
like 4. It's
Yeah.
Or like just like
ugh.
multiple tasks stress people out so they can only do like if you had your workout at you have your workouts at 11:00. There's some people that just okay, I have this priority, but that's all I can do all day.
In your head, you have to bracket 3 to 4 hours for that one thing in the middle. Because when you're planning out your day, you don't want to have something at 1:30 and have something else at 2:30.
Yeah.
Just in case that goes over. So in your head, you have to leave this like 3 hour
I know.
like window in between.
And then when do you eat?
Exactly.
Eating takes every meal is like an hour. So
But
that's
super
3
productive
hours.
people are listening to this being like, like
Just get so much done.
Well, if I do this,
It's because they really stick to their schedule and they stick to their calendar, and they
people
know
have different brains and thought processes though when it comes to these things.
I wish I could do that.
I know. I need mental breaks throughout the day.
Yeah.
Before we continue, we want to give a big thank you to our next sponsor of this podcast, HelloFresh.
And if you live under a rock and you don't know what HelloFresh is a delivery service where you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit.
So get HelloFresh and skip that extra trip to the grocery store and the long checkout lines. Spend more time doing the things that you love with delicious, chef-crafted recipes delivered right to your doorstep.
HelloFresh now has 40 weekly recipes to choose from, so you can say hasta la vista, baby, to your recipe rut and treat yourself and your family to exciting new flavors every week.
And no matter what your lifestyle or meal preference is, HelloFresh has recipes sure to please everybody at your table. From fit and wholesome and veggie or family-friendly, you'll always find something even the pickiest eaters will love.
Exactly. You can customize select meals by swapping proteins or sides or even adding protein to a veggie dish. And now you can even upgrade for organic chicken and organic ground beef.
And you're only going to find quality ingredients in HelloFresh's recipes. In fact, ingredients travel from the farm to your home in less than 7 days.
It's so nice with HelloFresh. It comes right to your doorstep. It's such a good way to just spend quality time with your best friend, with your roommate, with your boyfriend and girlfriend, and just cook something up that's super easy. It comes all pre-portioned. It tells you exactly what you need to do step by step.
And it's so easy to follow along. I think my favorite part of all about HelloFresh is the fact that I get to try recipes that I never would have even imagined that I would be able to cook. And it's such a rewarding feeling when you make something, you follow all the instructions, and you look at what you just plated, and it's exactly like the picture. Literally, what you see is what you get.
Exactly. And like meal prep is just so boring these days. It's the same thing, and you're eating stuff that's in Tupperware for like 3 days.
Yeah.
HelloFresh is just, they have it boxed up and you can cook every single day and you're getting fresh food right on the dinner table, baby.
And you're not throwing away any extra stuff. That was my biggest thing. I used to always buy such big portions of everything and it would just go to waste and I was wasting money. I was wasting food. But with HelloFresh, you get exactly what you need and it's the perfect serving. It's just perfect.
So if you want to eat good like us, baby, go to HelloFresh.com/unfiltered65 and use code unfiltered65 for 65% off plus free shipping.
Again, all you got to do is go to HelloFresh.com/unfiltered65 and use code unfiltered65 for 65% off plus free shipping.
God, thank you, HelloFresh, for sponsoring today's episode. And thank you for being America's #1 meal kit, baby. We love you.
Dude, I've been having some of these, not many panic attacks, but I get sent in this like when I figure out how old a certain celebrity was in a movie that was made 10 years ago.
Dude,
I was watching Edge of Tomorrow with Emily Blunt and Tom Cruise. Emily Blunt is like 10 years older than me, okay?
Yeah.
Or maybe she's like 43. I'm 30. She's like, but in Edge of Tomorrow, she's 30 and I'm 30. And I'm like, fucking hell. Like, it messes me up.
How are you finding the time?
Or like Jennifer Lawrence is like in her early 20s in Hunger Games. Like
Yeah.
I'm still thinking I'm going to be in my Jennifer Lawrence phase where I'm going to be in the Hunger Games in 10 more years. But nah, she was already doing it.
Yeah,
at
celebrities
your age.
confuse me. Their kids seem to grow up
Yes.
faster.
Yeah.
I was thinking this the other day, like celebrities that we have researched that have had hair transplants, they just appear. But like yours is taking so long to heal. I don't understand like where
know.
they're.
It's
where-
because the only time we ever see them is when they're working.
When they're in a movie.
When
and
they're
it's like,
in a movie.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
they don't go to all these events and all these like things that
they're
like,
not
the rest-
posting every day on Instagram
Yeah.
stories.
because I just don't think they care. I think because they're working. Imagine being on set every day for 3 months. I'm not gonna want to leave my fucking house after the movie. Like
would
get
just-
me out. I don't want to be in front of a camera.
You're going
in
on
front of-
vacation. Get
But
away.
Exactly.
I would love that moment when you're an actor. You book the role, but you don't start shooting for another 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
So then you get to just chill for 3 or 4 months in a gorgeous home, great diet, working out, and memorizing lines, and just prepping.
That's all you
and
gotta
not
do,
having
yeah.
to worry about going on the press tour, anything like that. You have the project coming, so now all you need to focus is grooming and perfecting yourself.
Yeah.
Sounds like, I would love that.
But it's
or
so hard.
I just saw Jacob Tremblay, the little boy from Room,
Yeah.
just turned 16. I'm
Yeah.
like,
16?
when?
On October 5th.
Didn't you guys just film a
Wow.
video with him? too
Somebody
at the
filmed a
movie
video with
theater?
David and that kid.
He looked
and-
like he was 12 years
Yeah.
old. I mean,
Oh,
I guess
kids-
I guess it does make sense, but it just 16 just sounds so
Time,
old
time
compared
is
to
just flying.
he was
Yeah.
just this little boy.
I'm finally getting my California ID next week. And I'm
Oh, good for you.
kind of pissed. I'm going to have a bald head for the next.
You should get it like a woolly willy. The magnet one.
Heath, just
Should I wear a wig for my ID?
Just do it. Just do a wig because they can't question you.
I
You
know.
should get the golf one with like the spiky hair, the visor with like the fake hair.
No, you definitely can't wear a habit. Like, just get a glue on, like wig, and they're gonna be like, "Sir, is that a wig?" Be like, "No," and like you're pulling it, and like you can't.
Well, even
take
if it
out.
was a wig, I feel like they can't even say anything now.
That actually, no, they probably can't. No,
Like, this is what I want to look like.
If you had red or like pink hair
I had pink hair on my passport.
on the driver's license, say pink.
I think it says pink on mine.
Your passport says pink.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
It was,
No
yeah,
way.
it was,
It was when I had pink hair. I had to take it for something. I forget what it was.
It's just like pink. Like, wow, that's kind of cool.
I gotta check again, but I'm pretty sure it says pink. But it can't say brown when I had pink hair in the photo. Like that, it doesn't. Maybe natural hair color. Maybe it says. I don't know.
We're not going to get into Japan with that.
oh,
think
speaking
I
of,
will.
all the flights are booked for Japan.
Yeah, we are. ready
Everything's good to go.
Oh, good. I thought you were saying like all the flights are booked, like people can't go. But yeah,
That's going to be stunning.
Hey, I've been learning my Japanese on Duolingo.
Very good.
Have you?
So we don't even need to have a local with us.
Oh, I think we do. Definitely. But this is just for me to annoy you guys when we're having sake bombs. It's taking so long, it almost doesn't feel real.
I just hope it's like, when people like come here, they're so excited to come here, and they're like what you expect LA to be, and then what it actually is.
Let's go to Hollywood
Have you ever
Boulevard.
seen those like videos of people like
Oh,
being so
right.
excited to go to LA? You think it's gonna look a certain way. I mean,
remember-
I guess that's everywhere though.
I remember
it's-
being so disappointed.
Yeah, because it sucks that LAX is in like the ugliest part.
Yeah, you're flying into like the worst part of LA. That's,
LA's
remember, Heath, we're like, this is it.
I know.
We were like,
We like
didn't-
both didn't want to say anything because we were like, no,
'Cause we were
no, it's
so
good, it's
excited.
good. I'm just so excited for the vending machines.
Oh,
That's-
yeah.
Oh,
I think-
yeah.
So
Oh,
many
I
different
forgot
There are
colors.
going to be
about
so
that.
many cool vending machines.
Like,
out there.
I want to buy the most random shit out of vending machines.
Like a plate.
I just want to like try all the different types of ramen too.
I'm going to gain so much weight out there.
It's all right.
Screw Dave and Buster's.
What's the-
I just want to go to Japan. And
What's
be
the
like,
currency?
yen.
Yen.
Is it more or less?
I don't know what the conversion is.
Isn't it
actually.
like-
I think
Isn't it like 188,000 yen is like $1,200?
I think it's a multiple of like 1,000.
132 yen. 133 yen is $1. So
Only 133.
Oh, that is painful.
So look at it and like, wait, let's see what it says on $5 or $10. So once it gets in the thousands, now you're at like $10. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because Riley posted a camera that was like 1 point something million yen, and I was like, oh my god, that sounds insane. But it was like a $10,000.
It's like, so if it's like 500, it's probably going to get you like a drink or a soda. 1,000, it's like maybe a little bit more of a top prize.
But are things cheaper there?
Yeah. Like for us, are things cheaper? They're
I
more
think
expensive.
the yen has a pretty like healthy like conversion rate. It's not like Mexico or like the Mexican peso, right? It's not going to be cheap. But I don't think it's like going to be also severely expensive. Like it's not like Switzerland where everything's way more expensive.
Oh, really? Switzerland?
Right? Isn't Switzerland the most expensive country when you go places? It's like ridiculous. I've heard that.
Even
from,
people that live there, it's expensive for them? Or is it expensive for people flying in?
I think it's expensive for the people. Who,
I'm like just like how much is like a cheeseburger and French fries at like just a normal restaurant in Japan? Is it like
I would say
$10?
about 2,000 yen.
It's gonna be fairly similar to here. Like McDonald's is gonna be similar to here.
Yeah.
I'd imagine you're shopping.
I know in London it was more expensive than America.
There are Airbnbs out there so cheap though sometimes where in like Japan I was like, huh? Like it was crazy. Like what an Airbnb in Japan is and what you get for even the size of it.
Yeah.
Compared to what it is like in the United States. I was like, what?
I want us to be sleeping in them little pods.
That's
Just like
how
a
I
little pod for the whole
imagined it.
time.
Like, oh, we're gonna be all you guys want to sleep in the pod?
I think all of us
I
For
want a
one,
pod.
oh, sure, I'm down to do that, but I bet you guys will be like, absolutely not, get me out of here.
No, but like a pod that like can fit your suitcase in there too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, one in Rome. That's so
That's
cool.
Imagine all of us in that though. That'd be fun.
Yeah, but like I have to, I gotta pee a lot.
Okay,
in the
no,
middle of the
wait.
night.
Where do you like put your stuff?
Okay.
Oh,
I bet
hell
they
no.
take your bags. Like you
Oh,
take your
then
little
no.
toiletries and you go to bed.
Oh, then no.
You have someone coming by going, oh hell, get me out of here! Like I
Matt,
would do it for one night, but not the whole time.
Matt, we wake up and there's phones on a table and they're like, grab one. We're in a game.
Oh gosh, we're in Alice in Borderland
Is there cryo chambers
in Japan.
just in general, like where you go in and it like glass on top of you, and then like it like
Oh, you're asking, do these exist in real life?
and then you just like go to sleep for like a month.
No, I don't think so.
Do they have that technology? It's in
I
like a
don't
bunch of
think so.
movies and
yeah,
stuff.
like for astronauts to like make a 2-year journey.
Who was I talking to about this yesterday?
Oh, I was. Where I go,
we-
wouldn't it be nice if you could like
Just rest for 3 months. I'm
You wanna
done.
hibernate.
I'm out.
you like die, you like paid to go like in a coma for 3 months.
Yeah, people that were in a coma, my my journey is not
Your nap.
entertainment.
I
No,
meant,
but
like,
just
'cause
as
we
a
were
way to
saying-
reset.
Because we were saying like, oh, like we felt so exhausted to the point where like just sleeping a long time isn't gonna fix it, and we want to go relax, but we don't want to go vacate. We just want it to end for
Yeah.
like 3 months, but you get tons of nutrients. You come out of it fully renewed. But what if people allocated time to literally?
I was telling Matt, like, because I was just so tired yesterday, and I was just like, Matt, look, I'm not feeling suicidal, but I just want to
end yes.
for a few months, you know? Like, I don't want a vacation. I don't want to go somewhere nice.
You
I
want
don't
to come out with like a new appreciation of life.
Exactly.
Hard reset.
Yeah,
it's called-
I don't want to spend money, and I don't want to also, I guess I have to pay the bills of wherever I'm doing. But like, I just don't want to have to worry about it. I just want to.
It's called electroshock therapy.
But it's like good for you. You know what I mean? It's not like something that's unhealthy for you. Like, the longer you do it, the better you come out. You know what I mean?
What's the longest you would go under?
Oh, 6 months.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yes, just like I want to be out and I get up, but like it's good for you. Like imagine all your everything's going on in your body. It goes away. Like your cancer done. Your mental
Bones healed. Like imagine you have a broken bone and you realize it's gonna take 3 months
to
of
heal.
walking around on crutches. You'd be like, that's such a dark thing. It's like click. You are losing all that time of you being alive. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna live longer, but like knowing that you decided to tap out for 3 months of your life, it's kind of sad because you could have had.
But it has a huge benefit for you. That's what I'm saying. That obviously this doesn't exist. I'm just saying this is what if it were to benefit my body tremendously. Like it got rid of so much like shit. Hard reset, then I would probably do it.
But you'd miss Coachella. Like
Bring my crying.
Where's Zane?
Wheel Zane in.
Oh my goodness.
Doja's performing from her cryo.
JoJo's performing.
I said Doja.
Oh, they said
Doja.
JoJo.
No,
I
no,
was
no.
like,
I was drunk one time and I hollered at JoJo at a liquor store.
no
what?
way.
Yeah.
what?
She used to live in our neighborhood, right by
You
Zane's old
catcalled
house.
JoJo?
No, I didn't catcall her, but I hollered at her. I was like, I love you, JoJo. Dude, I had like 6
I
beers.
loved her.
I was with a friend. We were going to get more beer. And we walk in, and it was JoJo. And I was just like, fuck it.
Th-
And it was
that-
also like kind of post-COVID times where it was like just anything exciting out of
Yeah,
your day.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, wow. And you're like,
I can already see what Doja did back. She was like this.
what? Wait.
What JoJo are you talking about?
JoJo, were you talking
Doja Siwa, right?
I'm talking about leave right now. It's the end.
Get out.
Oh,
it's the end
JoJo.
of you
JoJo
and
from
me.
RV.
You gotta say.
Yes.
You think JoJo Siwa was in a liquor store?
I don't know, but you gotta say You gotta say JoJo, not Siwa. Because when's the last time we talked about JoJo?
But
it's
JoJo
JoJo
is
or
just
JoJo?
JoJo. JoJo Siwa is JoJo Siwa.
I know, but when you
JoJo.
call you think JoJo Siwa is JoJo Siwa when people call her name is JoJo.
Joanna
I've
Siwa?
never
I was
met a
just kidding.
Siwa in my life. What is a Siwa?
I know.
Do you think her last
Very
name's
strange
actually
last name.
Siwa? Or is it like a stage name?
It's like Icelandic?
No, it is Siwa.
It's actually Siwa, like birth
Yeah.
certificate Siwa.
I mean, I've never seen her birth certificate, but,
Well, you need to look at her birth certificate.
but it is.
I bet it's like Swedish. I don't know. I feel like JoJo Siwa's like part Viking.
She also
100%.
looks Swedish.
She's not blonde.
She's not
She's been
naturally
dyeing her hair
blonde.
since she was 2.
Freaking sham.
So if you knew that, I would assume that you knew her birth certificate.
wow. Joelle.
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 Oh, Joelle.
Joelle.
Joanne.
Joni. Joelle. Joni. JoJo.
That's why it's JoJo. Wow. Okay, I thought
Joelle.
JoJo was just a.
Now, what is
Joanne.
JoJo? Now, let's look up JoJo's
Wow.
name and what's her name, her real name.
Joanna.
Her last name, Levesque.
That's a great
That's
last
a
name.
beautiful name. Joanna Noel.
Joanna Noel.
Levesque.
Do you remember her Cribs episode on MTV Cribs?
No.
Yes.
Remember she was like on a river or a lake and she goes, those are my friends out there, man. They're crazy.
I actually don't remember.
Do you think the Epstein names are going to come out?
Aren't they already out?
No, they keep saying it's going to be in like a couple days.
No, the official list has
Wait,
not come
the
out
official
yet.
list of the people who've been to the island?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But I feel like that's already kind of assumed, right?
It's assumed, but there's no proof yet.
You know, I didn't know that, like, this whole thing that I saw, I hate talking about things I don't know much about. Like, Kathy Griffin is related to Anderson Cooper, and that they're like, it's like there's secret.
You saw that?
Yeah. What does that mean?
I think that's just people speculating
That what?
because they look so much alike. I don't know if they actually are related, but people are like, it's like a conspiracy that they are.
But
That's
but
it.
Isn't Anderson Cooper a Vanderbilt?
They're all tied to like super elite families.
Kathy Griffin is tied to an elite family. I thought she was just a gal who was a stand-up comedian, got famous talking about celebrities.
I don't know if she's actually related to Anderson Cooper.
Oh, that came up on my feed. I feel like I'm not qualified enough to talk about it.
People are speculating that they are.
But just because you visited Jeffrey Epstein's island, does it really mean that you were up to like the trafficking?
No, absolutely
I bet
not.
he just was a rich guy who was entertaining people. I'm not defending him. I think terrible things happen on
You
that
like
island.
him? Well, remember last night you were saying you liked Epstein and
When I was under a trance at the Coronado Hotel.
Imagine you were invited a long time ago. You were invited to Epstein's Island, right? You didn't really know what was going on. You went there and then flew back, and then all this shit came out. What would you do? Would you lie to people and say that you never went?
No, I'd
Or
say that
would you-
I would
that you
say
did
that
go?
I'd win, and I would testify
But
and be honest. Can you imagine getting caught with that?
Before the trial, like if a list came out and they found out that you were on the island, would you come out and say, "Guys, look, I've been on the island," or would you just keep your mouth shut until
I would-
I think
come
legal.
out and say
It depends what my lawyer thinks I should do. You know, I don't know if they would be like, no, I want to say it, but by you saying that, I don't know.
Kinda
I
puts
think
you- yeah.
You can be. I don't know. The laws get complicated when you start talking.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have your right to remain silent. But I don't think that like some of these people who went there were up to no good.
Yeah.
But I mean,
heard Mariah
it's
was
rich
there, too.
people. Rich people hang out with rich people. And it's one of the most frustrating things when you see, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Ellen DeGeneres is hanging out with George Bush. It's because they're both rich. It's not, yes, they have completely different like identities and stuff, but trust me, when you get down to the wealthier people, they can have totally different views, but they just love hanging around being like,
and it's just a picture too.
we're
Picture means-
rich.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know.
it's so a lot of these people were like, oh yeah, you have an island? Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're like, let's go there.
So we think Matt would be there if he was rich.
yeah.
I totally
I think Matt has actually been there.
Have you been there?
no. Should we wrap?
Yeah, let's jump into the unwind.
I'm gonna pee.
All right, guys, make sure to check out Cremota Coffee, cremota.com. We've got ground coffee. We've got K-Cups. We also have whole bean and ground espresso out. We actually have 2 new flavors that we're dropping, and one is going to be coming this week, and the other one the following week. So
It's going to be a big secret till
get ready
we come
for
out.
that.
Get ready. It's been brewing for a few months now. No, I
long
would say
time.
a year and
Almost
a half.
a year we've been working on
Yeah.
this one. So again, cremota.com. Also make sure to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Zane and Heath. We post early access to all these episodes a few days early. They're all ad free. And we also post a monthly high or drunk episode with a guest. And as soon as you sign up, you get access to all of our stuff that we've uploaded in the past. And then after we record these episodes, we do an unwind for about 20-30 minutes, which you can see also patreon.com/Zane and Heath.
Everything that we have to cut out of the regular episode.
So, which is what we're going to jump into right now. Unwinders, we'll see you in a second. And we love you guys. Thank you for watching.
Bye, guys.
Peace.
I want to like